If you're a listener of From the Mouths of Madness podcast, I can only assume that you're also a diehard fan of horror movies like myself. My name is Matt Balea, and I own a company called To Die For. We make custom horror-inspired designs for shirts and much more. From original to exclusive content, we can get you whatever it is your dark heart might desire. Check us out at www.todieforshop.com. That's the number 2, die, the number 4, shop.com. Enjoy the show.
The views and opinions expressed on From the Mouths of Madness are that of the panel and not of the Geeks Under the Influence Network or their sponsors. Listeners, beware.
So, I don't know. How do you think, with what Terrifier 3 is doing, obviously it's the underdog story, it's an independent film, unrated independent film, and it crushed the box office, and they turned down studio money so they could make everything they wanted to in the film.
Right.
So moving forward, now the studio can see, we could have let them film the first 10 minutes, because David said at Movieland they wouldn't have been able to film that scene if they went with the studio money, right? So moving forward, with Terrifier 4, do you think now they'll get an offer from the studio and let the studio let them do what the fuck they want?
Possibly.
And
or they're going to.
How do you think this is going to translate into future indie horror films? We've covered a lot this year, and
a lot of indie horror films that are getting made and then picked up by studios.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that trend's going to continue.
But imagine what could possibly be different about the film, good or bad. It would have an effect either way if they went into it with a bigger budget from the studio.
I think
that makes a difference, right? And so
I think though there's a start. And I've said for this year there is a huge surgence of strong independent horror movies.
Yeah,
and I think it's because they've already been made, no studio interference, and the studios are picking it up, as opposed to the shit the studios are making, which frankly, studio-driven horror movies, no.
Yeah.
You get your exceptions on Speak No Evil, a couple things like that, which again is a remake of an independent horror movie.
Yes.
But for the most part, most of the stuff I liked, it's already been made without any studio interference. Like, hey, do you want to buy this movie we've already made and distribute it? And that's what. So I don't know if that changes. I think you might see some copycat wannabe Terrifiers from.
We already covered
studios.
one.
What's that?
The Jester.
Well, yeah, but no. That wasn't a big studio. I'm talking about like Sony or fucking so, I'm just saying a big studio going, okay, well, let's see what kind of Art the Clown, is that its name? Art the Clown we can make. We might
He's
see
a mime, right? Why
we
they call
might
him a
see
clown?
some shitty bastardized versions.
Yeah.
Just like
we'll get the Wish version. You saying we'll get the Wish version of Terrifier?
Yeah. I'm just saying, just like what happened with Scream, where you had Scream, which was a little low-budget Wes Craven movie that,
we gotta know what you did last summer.
Then we got
fucking all that other
everything
shit.
else.
Oh, God, yeah.
And I think you could have the same thing happen.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with Terrifier, where it's like Maniac Clown, the movie.
I only ask because, I don't think that some of these indie films were lacking in production money, but it doesn't mean that I don't know if they could have maybe done more specifically. And I'm specifically thinking about, the films we covered this year and, tonight on the chopping block, we're going to be talking about 2024's Oddity. And it's an indie film, Shudder release. Shudder's got money, but they don't have studio money. They're not Netflix level even yet, or Prime level yet.
But
right?
they're getting to the point where they're able to purchase movies and not just put it on the site, but actually do theatrical releases
and physical releases.
Yeah,
that costs them money too, right? To produce Blu-rays of it, so they've been doing that too.
I don't know. I've seen some physical releases of studios, non-Shudder ones that have bought it, and it's like, why are you making this DVD? There's some stuff I'm like, you're just kind of wasting your time. But no, I will give you that they are taking the risk with that.
I will, and so that's kind of where my thought was going. It's like we've got this film Oddity that it seems like produced as fuck, but it's got 6 people in the cast, basically. One location, all the doctor offices and shit were probably in the other part of that giant house.
Oh, 100%.
So they had one filming location. So I think what I mean is it might be a balance of, did they need more money, and do a lot of other indie films need more money, or are these people able to, do they believe in efficiency because they are DIY, and now they can get a fuckload of awesome shit done with a low budget?
And that's what I think is I think that's what works, is that they're not having all this money through, so they have to come up with these inventive ways.
You think it'll kill invention?
Yeah.
You think it'll like the kill innovation, basically? Yeah. I agree with that. I can agree with that 100%. I just think it's a good conversation. We're in a weird state of horror, folks, right now.
Yeah.
Because we're not like, we're going through it. We're not on the other end to see what all this is going to do, but we're going through this weird transition, specifically this year, with some of the top selling films being independent horror films.
I don't even say top selling, just
not top selling, top producing, top rated, top.
Just top
box office
received,
dollars. Yeah, that's what I meant. I didn't mean rated.
Hopefully someday they'll be. But I mean, right now, like I'm enjoying what I'm watching.
I don't know if I would. It's hard to think of going to see a $300 million budget horror movie and liking it. That just doesn't make sense to me, right?
Yeah.
If you think about it, you're like, I don't know. I'm here for that.
The closest I would go to horror movie would be Alien Romulus. But at that point, we're talking about something in a franchise, something that obviously the studio's like, we've made money.
It's not a part one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, but no, I mean, Oddity, it definitely doesn't set it up. It's one and done, clearly by the ending.
Yeah.
But man, they make a lot of use of the space. Like when you first see that fucking house and they go in, it's the tent. You're like, who the fuck is living? And they only use like 1/16 of it.
Yeah, they really do. They show you the entrance, the upstairs hallway, to
whatever the fuck room with the trap door. Why the fuck is that even there?
Well, but they also establish it's a fixer upper. I mean, there's a fucking tent in the main room.
It's a castle.
Yeah,
it's like a
fixer
baby castle
upper.
It's like a baby castle. But I mean, when you go to that upper loft, what the fuck was the point of the trap door there that she was installing in the first scene in that room? Like what? I don't understand.
I don't know. Yeah.
Right? Like makes no sense to me.
I guess to trick people, like, haha, try to get me.
But what's crazy is it's actually a lot of space. It just looks so small because the house is huge. But that was probably like 1,200 square foot just for a living room, kitchen, dining room, and a bedroom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like yeah.
Now I'll throw this out here. I enjoyed the entire movie. I know cat's out of the bag with that a little bit, but its strength is that fucking first 10 minutes, because you put yourself in that main chick's position.
You're like, nah, I ain't opening the fucking door.
What do? Creepy ass motherfucker
tells you
is like, I need you to come outside. There's somebody in the house.
No, he wanted to be let in.
Oh yeah,
he wanted to unlock it so he could be let in.
Well, no, but then at some point he's like, fine. If you can't let me in, just you need to get out of here.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, okay, random motherfucker who admits that he's from the psych ward.
Yeah,
is like, there's somebody in there with you. And you're like, hey, guess who I don't trust? You motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, is he trying to fool you? Is he just trying to be like, I'm trying to save your life?
Mm-hmm.
It's such an amazing scene because you're like, I don't know, what do you do here?
Trust him? Or what, but then I like how his story unfolds with like, you see, okay, the reason he's in there is he was defending himself. And the reason that he's over there is because he's trying to protect her. Like, he's a good person that, like, he's missing an eye. His mom stabbed it out, and she was coming for the second one, and then he's in there because he killed his mom. But it's like, fuck you. You took one eye.
She stabbed his fucking eye. I mean, oh, he's obviously crazy. Really?
Like, you're just going to
fucking stabbed my eye.
And then she came for the other one, and you're just going to say I should have let that happen?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Okay, sorry.
I don't need any. And it's funny because the delivery is from our victim's sister who's blind. She's like, I would kill to keep an eye.
Yeah. She's like, oh, fuck, really?
Yeah. So like his story, because we don't see him after that first, part of the film until towards the end of the movie. Yeah. Well, when we see him, his brains are everywhere.
Yeah, I would say they're cleaning up a mess so that
That reveal was awesome, by the way, because at first you're like, what the fuck is that? Thud, thud, thud. And then I did not, the first time I watched it, because I watched it twice. I rewatched it before recording this tonight. And the first time I watched it, I didn't even think that was the thing that the little woodman that she delivered.
Yeah.
When you see it set up, you're like, oh, I don't know why, but I never put together
the
that was the golem. Basically.
Oh, it's a golem.
They don't call it that, but it's a golem.
They don't call it that.
But it's a golem.
But it's, I mean, you don't see it put any paper in its mouth and say attack, but you might as well. It's a big.
They put it in the head.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing.
They put 5 artifacts in the head, including blood.
Yeah.
It's a golem, right?
It's a golem, all right? I don't know why they didn't just say that, but it's a golem, all right?
Is that trademarked? Can we not say golem? Oh, maybe Lord of the Rings.
Maybe, but
is it spelled this? No, one's UM, one's EM.
Yeah,
so
it's different.
It's different.
It's folklore. So
what the fuck? Yeah, you say we can't say Wendigo now?
But
like
also a different take, because I'll be honest, my only real exposure to that is Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors with that.
Yeah.
But
well done.
I know. There you go. Congratulations. But this was a very effective thing because it is creepy as fuck looking.
The way they just it repositions its head.
And just that slight, like, did it just turn its head? Like, I don't know. Well, it's a wood. It's made of wood. Who knows?
And then when you realize that the sister isn't actually sleeping, she's linked to it.
Yeah.
And then, when she drops the phone. So it's like she's always, I think she's just watching at this point, I guess, to see and hear, like, conversations to see if the girlfriend's involved. So basically, like, her sister was the wife of the doctor. The escape patient was not the escape patient, the released patient that came to warn her was one of her husband's patients that got released that day. And then the next thing we see a time jump, she's dead. The husband goes to the sister's Oddity shop because she's cursed them. They're all cursed. She could remove the curse.
She's got a shop of like what the motherfuckers from Conjuring, like they're where it's like, well, this.
Except she doesn't care about exorcism. She's just like, I like spooky shit. I like things with stories.
It's a little weird
because she's like, curses removed upon purchase. Like, really? She's like, people steal it, and that's when you go into the story of the bellhop.
Yeah,
the bell ringer, and you're like, okay, all right. But the same actress plays both, which was fucking awesome. So she's clearly wearing a wig as the wife,
and just completely acting different. Like, yeah, because the blind chick is very, very like serious. And very reserved.
Yeah.
And like her sister, up till she gets killed, is very like, just like laid back, like, come on, let's do this. Like, get out here, come visit me. Like, just like very outgoing. And so I like that like contrast.
Yeah, 100%. And I love how the film starts out as a ghost story, basically. Like it's, you know what I mean? Like at first you think it's just going to be a haunting ghost story.
Yeah.
Oh no. There's some, betrayal. There's some.
So it takes place after her sister dies a year later, right?
Yeah, because it was coming up to the anniversary. Yeah.
Yeah. Motherfucker, his wife was killed in this house. He's engaged to a new chick.
And living in the house.
And they're still going to live in the house where his ex-wife was murdered.
Well, no, I guess dead wife. He's a widower.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying is that, like,
not just murdered.
Like, I already put
beaten to death.
I know. I've already put so much money into this place.
Beaten to death with a ball peen hammer. Not even a claw hammer, a ball peen hammer.
Yeah.
It wasn't just murdered like a gunshot or a stab. It was I bashed her fucking brains in.
But that dude's showing all his fucking colors already with the I'm fine with that. And like, wow, you seem to have adjusted. There's no like walking in going,
dude,
oh my god,
caught on to that right out the
my
gate.
god, the last time I was here, there was blood splatter everywhere from my wife.
It was all contained in the tent. It's fine.
Yeah,
it was all in the tent.
But
there's no stains on the concrete.
There's no emotional connection at all.
No.
He's moved on pretty fucking fast.
He has.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. It's just it was contained.
And man, you can't get any more of a fucking bitchy ass like. His new fiance is a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
And she's just shitty to everybody, but especially the blind sister of his ex.
I fucked up her plans, man. Come on. She was going to go to town.
Just mean as shit to her.
Yeah, she was a fucking cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, just, So, like, the widower husband goes to the shop with the purpose of dropping off a artifact that the sister had asked for from the killer, which was his fake eye. I guess it was just a placeholder.
Yeah.
Like it was almost like a contact, like a big contact.
Yeah.
And, after she had sent the golem to kill that guy because he was the one that was convicted of murder, then he doesn't believe in any of the hoodoo voodoo stuff that she does.
It's like, here's this thing you asked for. Go ahead
and then
touch
she goes
it.
home and she touches it, and then she sees the truth.
Yep.
And then I love that turn of how she gets up, runs, and goes right to the golem, and she's almost like she doesn't want to do it. Like, you know what I mean? She doesn't want to have to do this again because she thought she laid her sister to rest. But she had to have felt some sort of unfinished thing, right? She had to be.
I think that's why she asked
suspicious
for
the whole
it.
time,
Is that
right?
like this seems too easy that it's just this one guy.
Especially because she looked into the patient, so she knew his backstory. It's like, okay, he's not crazy.
But didn't she pick up some vibes from the orderly also, or am I wrong on that? Because like
she didn't meet the orderly.
Okay, I
She
couldn't
never met the
remember that.
orderly.
But I mean, he's the one we find out that was pretty much hired to be, the killer in the house.
Mhm.
And you're like, well, how's he going to clean this up?
Ooh, but that's a good point. Did she ever grab anything from the
That's
husband?
right. I think there was some connection with that.
Because
so.
I can't remember. Damn it, I saw it twice.
You watched it twice, motherfucker.
But like I wasn't looking for that. And the
Yeah.
second time I already knew the ending, so I was kind
I
of
think
just
there's
rewatching
something
it.
she picked up or something she sensed that had the orderly connected to the whole thing.
Okay.
But that orderly, the widower has to, clean up all the loose ends. And there's no better way than, hey, Mr. Bitey,
Yeah.
go get him, boy.
Oh,
Like-
dude, that was
Because there's a obviously fucking out of his mind, almost Hannibal Lecter type, person in the asylum who accidentally gets set free.
gets his mask taken off.
Yeah.
So his chompers
And
are free.
accidentally ends up in the room where our orderly is accidentally tied up. And then he starts with the fucking foot. He creeps up, and you're like,
But no, it's the way he looks over at the foot,
Yeah.
and then looks back at him,
He's
and
like,
then just chomp.
Start here and make my way up.
Dude, it was so creepy.
Yeah,
But yeah, Ivan was the orderly's name.
right.
Yeah. So it turns out her sister didn't want to be with him the doctor anymore. She wanted a divorce.
She kind of probably knew that he was cheating on her.
Yeah, he had been cheating on her with the pharmaceutical rep. Is
Yeah.
what the girl was.
God damn, whatever.
Of course.
Yeah,
And so he knew she was cheating, but he didn't want to. And he knew that she was going to take him everything. She would have gotten the house. She would have gotten all that
she would
shit.
have gotten the castle.
She would have gotten the.
She would've gotten the castle,
You're
yeah.
right. It is. I said it. The mini castle.
Yeah,
And he's like, everything he had was like he said in the film, all his assets, everything was liquidated into that house. So he can't lose it. And I thought, but like, why would you? Like, did he think he was just in a safe place as the doctor at the asylum? And anybody who was involved, if they speak out against him, that he'll just get away with it because he can call him crazy?
yeah. I just watched episode of Penguin where all it takes is you make.
Dude. All right. After the episode.
Yeah,
Dude.
but I'm just saying, all it takes is you get in there and you're not in control. It's what
Yeah.
the doctor says. So
Yeah.
he does have all the power.
That's true. That's true. And the sister finds out, right? And I can't remember. How did she find out fully? Because was it through the eye? Yeah, I guess she got told everything through the eye because
Through the eye, and then
the whole time she was there with the girlfriend and everything was just kind of letting the golem do its thing, right? And because that's the only artifact I think she got.
she also started just piecing everything together.
Mhm.
Where and that's the point where the widower's like, he picks up that like, oh, she's not asking anymore. She's
Telling what happened.
She's piecing things together.
Yeah.
I need to get rid of this bitch. Like,
And
that's so fucked up, man.
Dude, right?
That's a fucked up way to do it. Like-
but no, what's more fucked up is what he does. He's like, shit, I don't have his number, but I can go to the office. I'm going to set my phone here. No, but he's so believable. He's like, I'm going to set my phone here, and I'm going to run to the office, and when this phone rings, answer it.
yeah.
So you think, okay, he's being above board. You think she's crazy up until, like, 2 seconds after he leaves, right? But you think he's believable. Like, they haven't had any of the conversations that he has done it. They don't show any of the conversations with him and Ivan or any of that. So you think she's crazy. It's all in her head. He lost his wife. What the fuck is wrong with her? I know she lost her sister too. It's
just
huge.
taking out on him.
Yeah, and I'm like, until they pan out and you see that trap door open that she can't see, and you're like, you dirty motherfucker.
And at this point, even though she's blind,
Dirty.
She almost
Dirty.
picks up on different things.
Yeah.
Like the fiance is over on the chain. She's like, if you need me to help you with that, I can. I know I'm blind, but I can tell you're struggling. It's like points out stuff. So you almost think, almost like she would
sense
almost hear or something like that. No, it was kind of crazy because
Well, he did it while she was like screaming at him.
Right.
Remember? So,
but I'm also almost expecting like somehow she's gonna know, and so when she doesn't, you're like, damn, that's fucked up. And she died slowly, man.
dude, well, yeah, because it wasn't that big of a fall. She just had to land right.
Oh,
So she had been. We don't know how long it was between when he left. When he made the phone call to when Ivan showed up. So, she could have been laying there for fuck all hour, 2 hours. We have no idea.
it's the part that's sort of satisfying, but it's more for interpretation. Where at the very end, she's died, and she has a special thing to send to the widower.
Before we go to that, can we just talk about the Gollum scene?
Oh,
Actually,
fuck
we
yeah.
see it come to life.
Yeah.
Dude, that was so fucking creepy. Like, and it's just a slow thud, thud. And he was trying to, it had a good scene for you. Nice little broken femur.
Yeah.
It was great. You see it broken and the bone sticking out on both sides. Yeah. You know what it reminded me of? The broken bone from the body dropping scene in the woods in Trick or Treat. Remember it looked like the same kind of break.
Exactly.
My brain went there. Anyway, so he's realizes she's controlling it. And so he's like trying to scoot over to her. And then, so she died right after the Gollum picked him up, but you didn't hear a pop. Did he just squeeze enough to kill him? Because you didn't. No, that's right. We already went over that. I'm a dumbass. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it didn't kill him, just like knocked him out unconscious.
And then, yeah.
Poor sister, man.
But later on, she almost like she knew this dude's an asshole. She sends him a little parting gift as she's already passed away, which is she tells a story about this bell that you ring it several times and then
just once.
Just one. I thought it was.
He only rang it once.
Oh, that's right. It was just once, but then you get the bellhop.
Yeah, dude, that scene was hilarious. So basically, the story that she tells the widower in her shop is that this was at a hotel and the bellhop was getting rushed or something. He tripped, fell down the steps, broke his neck. Great bellhop though. He always showed up. And then someone rang the bell after that, and they reported his ghost showing up.
Yeah,
to take the bags. So it's not a malicious ghost. It's just now he's got a ghost.
Yeah. I thought there was some kind of malicious thing with
there?
but I think so,
Okay.
yeah. So that's the thing, is that you get that last sort of satisfying thing where he's like, I shouldn't ring it. She told me, fuck her. Rings it, and then our last shot is of the ghost of the bellhop right
they
next to him.
fuck with you so hard in that scene.
Because he almost goes down to tap it a couple times.
Yeah.
Like, no, I
But
should.
they keep
I should.
looking around,
Yeah.
turning his head, and you know all the nooks and cranny in that place now. So it's like,
But I want to see
motherfucker.
him and his fiance. That's the thing. Like, it's up to our interpretation, but I did want to see him like get fucked up because
Yeah,
he's fucking evil.
I mean, he's kind of fucked up. He's got a ghost now that's attached to him.
I guess, but I want to see him tortured.
like
I don't know. He did a lot of fucked up shit.
You don't think a constant haunting is torture?
I guess,
That's a
but he
longer
also
torture.
killed not just one sister, but both. Fuck the
He
fucking
did.
sisters.
He did, and he lost the fiance because she's like, I don't know how the fuck you can go back to the house where now 2 people have died and been murdered, and
because he's evil. That's why. Yeah.
No, because he's got everything wrapped up into the castle, right? So,
Yeah.
There you go.
And he's evil.
And
Yeah, he feels no emotion, all right? Like, come on.
Now, I will say that the story for his like somewhat simple, the way it unfolds is like it's in pieces, so you don't get like bogged down with all the like the sister's not going aha every time she like.
There's like what 6 characters in this?
Yeah, there's only 6 actors.
Yeah, so it's very,
including one we only see once, and that's the guy doodling in the other room when the Gollum comes in and smashes homeboy's head.
yeah.
So
But I'm just saying, we only get like 6 characters in this. It's very, very simple. And again, this might be a la independent cinema where you're just like, what do we have to work with? And all right, well, a few settings, a few characters, and we let the storytelling do most of the work. And it works here.
Yep, it does. It does work here. So we got a little bit more to say about this film, but before we get to that, please like, share, comment, review, subscribe, rate, all that stuff across all the social spaces. You know, we greatly appreciate it. We're on all the podcast streaming platforms, so your favorite one, just drop us a review. That'd be great. Or social media pages, all that stuff. Man, as boys appreciate it. Also, you can go to lowdownbrown.gui@gmail.com. Send us an email. Let us know what you think about this film. Send us recommendations. We will eventually get to the films. Also, go to GUIpodcast.com. That's where all the other shows under the GUI network are at. check those out while you're there. But then while you're there, also go to our links tab, where the links to TeePublic will take you to all the merch for, again, all the shows on the network. The Madness Boys have 2 designs currently, a couple more in the works, and then there's like 50 other ones.
So many GOI ones, yeah.
Spooky, the holiday stuff should still be up through the rest of the year, so you'll be good there. So if you want, we got some really cool Halloween related ones. I think we got a couple Christmas ones. Yeah, there's a lot of fun shit, so make sure to check that out. Now, obviously, it survived the chopping block for me, and we already kind of let the cat out of the bag for that.
Well, again, one of the factors with the chopping block is that surviving and then like rewatch value.
Yeah,
and I do think I'll rewatch it.
I enjoyed it the second time.
Yeah,
too. I mean, I will say that I enjoyed it the second time.
I haven't watched the second time. I'm kind of curious about that second viewing, knowing now that I know the beats. But hearing that you watched the second time and enjoyed it as much,
yeah, I know the beats, because like the thing I want to get into before we wrap the episode up is the reasons. I think mainly what I was focusing on doing the second watch, and I think what will serve for other rewatches is, man, there are some great fucking shots to look forward to. Like when the girlfriend points out the picture and you see the dead wife's face, when the dead wife's ghost face pops out of the door when the girlfriend goes to leave.
I forgot about that.
Or when the camera goes off, she's looking through the picture, see the ghost face in the camera, drops it, looks over in the corner, and there's the fucking dead. Like there was some really couple good jump scares, good shots. Like it was fun.
I will say one of the fun things would be introducing this is someone watching again that first scene, that first 10 minutes, and then be like, what do you think is gonna happen, or what would you do?
And the second viewing, all the intensity was still there with that fucking Gollum. Like the shots were like it was moving and it was still creepy as all fuck, dude.
It does have an entire like creepiness to it, like not just in one part, but the entire movie.
Yeah, and that really is what I think I enjoyed the most, and I think that's what will carry it through multiple rewatches. Is it's just a fucking creepy movie, dude. Like,
and that's the thing is that I lean very much for passing. It's just one of those I've only watched it once, and I'm kind of like with knowing kind of a little bit of the twist, but I don't ever say twist, but just knowing how the plot,
that's a twist.
kind of reveals itself. Watching it again, but it sounds like it's you're along for the ride even that second time.
Oh, the fucking scene where the wife realizes that there is someone in the house after the patient went to go to the store to use the phone.
It has a pretty strong. I'm not a big fan of jump scares because I think it's a cheap tactic.
That shit's good.
That one that got me, and it
got me the second time, dude.
All right,
it got me the second time.
And it was effective as shit. It wasn't a fucking cat jumping out of nowhere.
No.
The jump scare that happens in it, it's a true, strong, intense jump scare.
Exactly, because the only light that we have in this section, because they're redoing the house, so they have a tent in the middle, no lights outside, so her light is inside the tent, so she can't see silhouettes to know where he's at. And
I'll give this movie props for is a good, effective one.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I remembered there being a jump, like he pops his head somewhere. I thought it was straight over, so when it came out from the side, I was like,
yeah,
got me, dude.
And it got you the second time, too?
It got me the second time,
That's
dude.
impressive.
And I'm dead serious. Fuck, god damn it. So, and if you can, try to rewatch it before we do our year in review, and maybe give an update.
I was gonna say, even though, man, this is this year.
Dude, this is making up for last year. Because remember last year we bitched about like, well, fuck, I think we're all have the same favorite movies because fucking strikes, dude. Like,
And that's what's almost I have to say is that it'll probably move up a little bit. But man, this year's been so fucking good. I don't know,
dude.
I don't know where it would rank.
And yeah, I pretty much think everything that we'll be able to cover by the time we get to that episode is come out. I think there's a couple horror movies dropping, but
Heretic
and there's like director's cut where this band wants to. I want to check that out. So there's a few other films, folks, but I mean for the most part, I don't think theatrical releases. There's a lot horror besides like Nosferatu.
And that one we won't get to until
we
next
won't
year.
get to that. We won't get to that till next year. It comes out on Christmas Day. Like no.
It ain't happening.
So with that, folks, till we talk to you again, embrace the madness.
Join us at GUIPodcast.com.